Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while since I have uploaded anything. Life has just been life, and yeah, I've been busy, so kind of just lots, not a lot, but like just some things I just wanted to do, kind of an update for everybody and where I'm at with everything. Yeah, if you care to know, obviously if you clicked on the video, you care to know. But anyway, so I starting on go back to May 24th was my first day of my new job. So I left my job at Mahaska Health, and I now work back where I used to work before I was at Mahaska Health, at Mercy, down in their billing department. So I went back there. I've been training since the 24th, so I've had to be in the office, and the drive is an hour and a half. So that has been something that I've had to push through, because it can be, I was working 9-hour days there, Monday through Thursday, and then on top of that, an hour and a half drive there, hour and a half drive back. So it made for a very long day. It's mentally exhausting, it's physically exhausting, and yeah. So tomorrow, tomorrow, Monday the 12th, July 12th, I start working at home. So I have all my stuff at home. I have my computer from work. I have my chair in my new office area, which I've posted a picture on Facebook, so I'm sure most people who watch this will have seen it. I do still plan to do one of my cats is like staring at me like, you're really weird for filming. Anyway, but yeah, I still plan to do not styled, but like a house tour with all of our stuff in it, because we only have a few things left that need hung up. So yeah, but I plan to do that, so you'll get to kind of see a little more in depth of my office and just everywhere around our house. But yeah, so I start that tomorrow. I'm really excited to be back home, because taking this new job really pushed back some things. So with the whole weight loss surgery, because I went to a new job, my new job, I obviously don't qualify right now for FMLA to take. So like I kind of had planned to, hopefully have surgery like in the winter time this year, and that's just not going to happen, because I won't have worked at my new job long enough to be eligible for the FMLA that I was eligible for at Mahaska Health, that pretty much has been pushed back, if I go through with it, at least a year. I don't remember exactly what you had to have, but taking that job, that pushed that back a lot. So I still have a lot of time to really push myself and get myself to where I want to be if I do go through with surgery, but just in general where I want to be. I think I've said it in previous videos, I really would like to get down to 350, and that's kind of when I will make a decision on if I want to continue doing whatever I'm doing that's making me, or what I'm doing is helping me lose weight, or do I want to do surgery? I mean, there's so many pros and cons to doing surgery, and it's beneficial, but at the same time, it's life-changing to where if I lose the weight all by myself without having surgery, I feel like there will be less complications. But at the same time, there are tons and tons of people who have the surgery and don't have any issues really at all, and get into this healthy BMI, and which is where I want to be. So really, I have even longer than I kind of initially hoped to really think about what it is that I want to do and what's going to be best for Brent and I. And right now I'm kind of up in the air, honestly. And so yeah, taking this job was a lot more than just a job. It was kind of changing the timeline for things for Brent and I. And yeah, it kind of, taking this job, it just changed a lot of things. I took a little bit of a pay cut taking this job, but, Brent and I talked, and it was, is you know, the money worth, one, my happiness, two, and I guess that's the same, my mental health. The job that I was at was just so toxic, and it was really getting to me about that last month that I was there. And then when I decided that I needed I needed something else, even though I was working at home. It was just so toxic, and I couldn't mentally do it anymore. And the couple days leading up to me putting in my 2 weeks, I had to take those days off. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, this is just too much for me. So, you know, what's most important to Brent and I is us being happy and what we're doing and where we are working at. And when he switched over to the school that he worked at, he took a pay cut as well, but he has been so happy ever since he's done that. And it was just time for me to do the same for myself. So I do feel like going to Mahaska Health from PBO, that's just, I'll shorten it, that's Physician Billing Office. When I went from Mercy PBO to Mahaska Health, I still feel like being at Mahaska Health was a huge lesson for me. I learned a lot. That's saying a lot for there. I still feel like I learned a lot. I really was kind of on my own and building my own not department, but, you know, it was just me doing my job. So, you know, I kind of had to build from the bottom up from what I knew from PBO and then just kind of going from there. So I really feel like it helped me be more independent and more confident in myself, because I tend to second guess everything. But I still feel like I learned a lot, and I think it was something that I needed to do. But I don't think that I will ever stay in a place that's so toxic just out of the convenience of it just being 15 minutes away. I'll never do that again. But I do think that it was a lesson that needed to happen. I just feel like I should have gotten out a little bit sooner. But I think waiting this long brought me the perfect opportunity for what I'm doing now. It's, you know, the management is so great. You know, the company may not, you know, I don't agree with everything, but coming back, I can totally tell that there's a different atmosphere. There's a different, you know, direction that Mercy is going. But it just, I didn't realize how unhappy I was at Mahaska Health. And yeah, I'm super excited about, you know, this opportunity. I feel like it was all in perfect timing, but it did set a lot of things back, but that apparently is, you know, the timeline that I'm supposed to be on. So yeah, there was pretty much for the whole month of June, I didn't have any insurance. So that was, I mean, I'm still kind of dealing with, because I didn't have insurance, I was good with most of my medicine, like pill form, but my insulin that I'm on ran out before the end, and I obviously couldn't afford the insulin out of pocket. So that was kind of, my doctor was able to get me something that I guess is like over-the-counter insulin. I'm not sure, but that's currently what I'm on, because I still don't have my Lantus that I use, and I'm using a new pharmacy because my new plan, I have to use Optum pharmacies, and there's one at the hospital, up at the actual hospital that I work at, but it's so inconvenient, so mail is my only option. It has just been a very hot mess, and I'm on the, what's the word, I'm on the, I can't decide if I want to switch my diabetes doctor. It has been a total nightmare between the new pharmacy and my office that I go to that I see. I love my doctor, but my goodness, it has been a very hot mess between them continuing to send to my old pharmacy, me leaving multiple messages telling them they need to change, like my medicine needs to go under my married last name because my insurance and all of that is under, and it's just been a mess. So I'm still currently dealing with that. I'm still waiting for some things to come in the mail. That has been it's been a nightmare, but hopefully once I get everything that I need to get it will be smooth sailing, I'm hoping. But yeah, I feel like I went off in a different direction there. But yeah, so surgery really is at least going to be until probably next year sometime. Weight wise, I'm pretty proud of myself. I haven't lost any weight, but I have stayed about 406, 409, the heaviest I've gotten during this time, which it's probably been about a month and a half. It's been like 411, but I've stayed at least my goal this month, because I haven't been working out. I haven't been eating the greatest. Totally off my routine. I haven't been journaling. I was journaling daily, or mostly daily. I would do my tarot readings every morning, and those, I mean, were very few and far between that I was getting to do those, just because I was having to wake up so early. And I just didn't have that time because I wasn't around home like I was. So really a lot of taking care of myself hasn't been at the forefront, just because I've been trying to keep it together doing the drive and just mentally being okay. But I'm hoping tomorrow we'll start getting back to the readings, the journaling, the working out, the eating healthy. I'm really kind of excited to get back just into this routine and taking care of myself and being able to help out around the house, because when I don't get home until 7 o'clock, Brent has already done it. So, I'm glad that I'm going to be able to take some things off of him and, just feel like I'm contributing to our household, where I feel like I haven't been able to do that. That's kind of, the sacrifice we both knew that was going to happen when I took this new position. So yeah, I'm really excited to start, I'm really excited that I'm not starting at the weight that I did at the very, very beginning in January when I did this. So I'm really excited and hoping that in the next couple of weeks I will be under 400, which will be so exciting. And I hope that I can get there and I can keep, being dedicated like I was before. I mean, obviously there were times back then where I was just not in it, but I just am really a firm believer now in listening to my body. I knew this month and a half of so much change and not having a routine that I wasn't going to work out. I knew that. I knew it wasn't going to happen. So I listened to my body, and that's what I needed to focus on my mental health at that moment and kind of put health on the back burner just a little bit and get myself through this time. All I asked of myself was that I was going to maintain the weight that I was kind of putting a pause on, and just staying in that weight. And then when I get a chance, when I can get back to my routine, we'll start from there. And that's what I did. And I'm so proud of myself for doing that, because the old Joyce would have just went right back into her ways and literally just said, fuck it. Because that's when it was probably last year or the year before that, I remember telling myself, I was being good. I was trying to be good. I was weighing myself. And I finally was like, fuck it. I don't care. And I just started eating. And that's how I got up to 450 pounds. I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to eat what I want, and I'm going to do what I want. And that's that. And I was afraid that this was what was going to happen again, that I was going to be like, this is too much. I can't do this. Fuck it. And I was going to eat everything and not care and give in. Wow. I honestly have never even, like, I remember that a couple years ago in my head, just being like, I don't care anymore. This is too hard. And oh my God. Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. But I remember... Sorry, stop. I remember that moment. And just being like... Who cares, I'm just gonna eat, and I'm gonna, whatever I feel like I'm craving, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna eat it. And I don't ever want to get back to that point. Because it was just like, I'm going to do what makes me happy, and eating makes me happy, so I'm going to do it. And I was so afraid that that's what I was going to do again. And I didn't do that. Sorry, I've been telling myself how proud I am, and now I never put all that together. So I'm really proud of myself for doing that, and not giving in and being like, oh, my happiness is what is most important right now, and to get through this I need to eat. And that's not to say though that I haven't been eating like shit, because there were days, but it's like, I feel like I told myself, and especially like just within the past couple weeks, I've been like, okay, like you did that, you could have had a better choice, but your next meal is a fresh new meal for you to choose healthy eating. I may not have ate healthy that next meal, but I feel like, sorry, I'm starting to sweat now. It could be because I have candles going. But I feel like I've been trying to give myself grace and understanding of the situation I'm in, and I've just started listening to my body. If I don't want to work out and my body doesn't work out, I'm not going to force myself. I'm not going to force myself to do something I don't want to do. Of course, I'm not going to want to do it, but if I don't know how to explain it, like if I truly don't want to work out, I'm not going to work out. I'm not going to force myself to do it. But on days that I can feel that I have the energy, and I may not want to do it, but I feel that energy, I'm going to do it. And if I want something to eat and I'm craving something, I'm going to eat it. What I need to learn is moderation. I can have those things, but in moderation, instead of just gorging on the things that I crave. And I don't know, this video is all over. I apologize. But I'm just proud of myself for doing the best with what I have and what the situation was. And I'm excited to get back to journaling. I'm excited to get back to just getting in my routine and like getting back into the groove of things. I'm ready to get back in my routine, and I'm proud of myself. So long story short, I'm just very proud of myself for, doing the best I could with what I had and what the situation was. As far as the house goes, I mean, we're obviously moved in. This is one side of our room, my tarot desk, and kind of like my makeup area as well. What else? We've had our air conditioner already break. We've literally it's probably been about a month and a half, probably, I'd say, since we've lived here. So like literally we moved, I got a new job, like everything just seems to happen at once. Like we got married, and then it's just been like boom, 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 one after another. Everything has been happening. And that's another thing. Having that routine that I had, it helped. I love having a routine and knowing what's next, having a plan. So then when that went out the window too, I'm just like, oh my God, like it just, it throws me for a loop. So I'm just, again, thankful and glad that I, stuck to it. But our air conditioner had already broke, so that got fixed. We're still waiting on them to come, cut off some of the sides around our house. And our old house is still here. It's pretty much cleaned out. And they're supposed to be coming to get that at some point, probably within the next couple weeks. It'll be sad to see it go. I got really emotional when we went in there. I went in there for the first time since moving in here. And I got a lot more emotional than I thought I was going to. I remember, despising that house because it was, it wasn't Brent and I's house. It was, him and his ex-wife's house. And, I always never felt that it was fully mine. I can decorate all I want, and, but it wasn't ours. And I remember just wanting out of it so bad. And then and then we had our wedding and we got ready there, and you know, that's where all of our memories have been so far. Like all the things that we've gone through have been in that house, and it's just like, you know, this house is beautiful, but this has no memories. This has no, you know, we haven't been here long enough to have them, and it's like all of those memories are with that house, but you know, it just, especially like right after our wedding and we got our pictures, you know, the pictures of us getting ready, and it's like, oh, like I kind of don't want to, I remember telling Brian, I kind of don't want to move now, like, and he was like, too late, we've already, you know, at that point we had been too far into the process. And but yeah, I got a lot, you know, cried like I always do, and yeah, I was a lot more emotional than I thought I would be, because it does hold a special place in my heart. I've also worked on things internally, you know, about, you know, Brian and his last relationship. You know, I really feel like I've grown a lot. But yeah, that's kind of weird to like talk about that on here. That's a very vulnerable subject, but I really feel like I've grown, you know, especially in that situation. I'm gonna miss it a lot. I, you know, miss the memories, you know, getting married and getting ready in there, but you know, we have pictures, and the memories are always in my brain. So yeah, that has happened since we last spoke. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Wesley has been doing awesome, fingers crossed, knock on wood. He's been doing so good. He's gained all of his weight back. Like, his blood work is really good. Yeah, he's been doing awesome. Nala, she had a really bad UTI, but she is getting a lot better. Her and Simba are currently cuddling on the bed. So Brent was having to take her back and forth because I couldn't take the time off because I was switching jobs. So he had to keep taking her back and forth. And so she's on medication right now, for that. And we put her on a joint supplement because she's got some arthritis. But she's doing a lot better now. Trying to think, everyone went to the vet, got their checkups, everything looked good. Loretta's getting her teeth cleaned on the 16th, I think. So that'll be interesting. I'm pretty sure she has another, like, I don't know if you'd call it an infected tooth, but she's had one before that she's had pulled, but she's gonna have another one. And I remember the last time she had it done, she just seems like she's got a little, what's the word, dopier, like just derpy ever since she's because they put them under sedation. And obviously that first day that we got her home, she was just kind of derpy, but it like kind of lasted. Like, she's not as aggressive as she used to be, and she's just a little derpier. But hopefully everything goes well with that. But yeah, I think that's really all I can think of for updates right now. Yeah. So yeah, if you listened to all of that and you're still here listening to this video, appreciate it, because it looks like it's going to be a long one. But yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. See, aren't they so sweet? Ooh, love them.